Snow Gallery in Marrickville, on Marrickville Road above the Mitre 10. I'm here with Alexander Jackson Wyatt, who has a residency here. And if Alexander can pan around, you can just see the room that he's constructing his wooden, you call them sculptures or installations? Or
sort of three-dimensional drawings.
Okay. Okay. I didn't expect that, but I'll ask you all about that then. That's a good start off. It's a good start off, Alexander. Why do you think of them as 3D drawings?
Well, essentially my practice comes out of you could call it a drawing practice, but I'm very interested in spaces and how, I guess, architectural spaces can be contained or can be recorded via the means of materials that sort of are positioned within them.
Do you start with a drawing on paper with a specific space in mind?
Well, essentially, to put it in a way that kind of locates a discussion around drawing, I'm interested in surfaces and the way you can use materials to capture a surface or to record a particular experience of a space, or record the size or scale of the space.
Right.
So I'm interested in how drawings can capture that, but also be positioned within a space and almost act like drawings within the space itself.
Now I've seen the work that you showed at Articulate Project Art Space in Leichhardt recently, which is just sort of stacked here. Actually, it looks kind of cool. So it's make it look like a little city or something. But, I don't want to put ideas in your head, but that because it was small scale, it kind of still had a sort of furniture feel vibe to it. When you talk about describing a space, have you done large scale?
I have, yeah. I've made some of the previous works I've made. My creative studio. Some of the previous works I've made have been building kind of false walls or big walls that go into spaces and almost act like either a separate wall that partitions sections in the room, or almost act like works that camouflage into the space.
Right, so you don't particularly notice them, you just take them for granted.
In a way, but then I would build sort of these paper stacks within these walls and play around with how someone might approach them through space. So play around with sort of lines in the surface of these paper stacks, these paper bricks, as you might call them, and create anamorphic perspectives within them. So you would walk towards them and they'll appear flat. And then as you come closer, you can start to see them change, and they actually interact with how you move.
Okay.
So that's sort of where this sort of work came out of. So it's playing around with, I guess, formal aspects to how you might experience a work in a space, but also trying to play around what are the primordial or basic underpinning aspects to experience how that thing exists in the space itself. Yeah. So
including the viewer. Yeah. Now, you've got a residency here at Snow.
Yes.
And I'm going to follow your progress.
Yep. Sure.
So all these bits of wood will be worked on.
Yes, that's right.
As you work here. And now tell me about the residency then that you've got.
The residency here came out of a discussion with Lynn Eastaway, my supervisor from the National Art School last year, where I did my honours year in 2010. And it became clear to me over the summer after finishing art school, after having a studio essentially for 4 years, and a free studio, that I do need a space to work in. So working in my bedroom was interesting enough, but it became too small and too crowded, and I needed to get distance from the work. So Lynn Eastaway put the idea in my head to apply for these studios.
And how many months do they last for?
Well, they run between 3 to 6 months. My one will go for about 5.
Okay.
And after this residency, I will be in another residency in Chippendale. Okay. At the Fraser Studios. Right. But this is a really interesting residency in that you have to volunteer two days a week of your time in the gallery to help out with installing shows, also help out with exhibiting, I guess, other sort of events within the space, other sort of performative events to help with deinstalling the shows, and also just simply minding the gallery, which really is a good opportunity to meet people.
That's right. I was going to say that. That's, I mean, how else does a guy in a studio who's busy and covered in sawdust network and meet people and get new ideas? You know.
Essentially, yeah. So it's just been better than I could have really ever expected, because it's I've just met some really interesting guys who even just work downstairs who will have a good relationship with the space.
The cafe guy.
Yeah. Ken Villa. Yeah. And he was really useful, and we've had some great discussions. But also just being exposed to practices that I would never really even kind of research.
Right.
To uncover.
Be aware of.
Via the internet, for example. The two suicidists who came out here, Goethe and Damien.
Yeah, I met them.
Yeah, and so where else would I meet suicidists doing hardcore, non-objective work?
Yeah.
In Sydney.
Yeah, well, there's Factory 49.
That is true.
Around in Marrickville, as well as Snow in Marrickville.
Yeah, but I guess the benefits of this is that I got to install their work with them or for them.
Get their thinking.
And see how they react. How they react to my work.
I like the way you introduced that anti-gravity thing. The whole sort of dynamic tension in the work. So thanks. Now tell me, has it got a working title, the series, or work you're doing?
This project, I'm playing around with the title Dormitories. So I'm playing around with, I guess, how one describes a work in its, I guess, state of transportation, or in its state of exhibition or storage. So it's looking at how works can be seen as sleeping in space. Right. And it's kind of sleeping together with other works. So it's playing around with it, I guess, with the language of how we might describe a work.
Okay. Well, now, as I say, every month or so, I'll come back and follow the progress.
Sure.
So thanks very much.
My pleasure.
No worries. See you next time. Okay.